Okay, so this is a video for our project from Miss Farida from the lecture Business English Correspondence that is making a podcast. And our topic for today is about coal. And for the members, we have me, Muhammad Iqbal, and
Firda Suci Kusumaningrum.
and
Muhammad Yasser Fadilah as an editor.
yes, and I am as the interview, and Firda as the interviewee. And actually, we have one more member that couldn't come today. That is Dayang, because she's also as the editor as for our video. So thank you for listening and enjoy the video. Bye. Hello everyone, welcome to our podcast. So for today we are diving deep, literally, into a topic that shapes the economic, light up cities across Asia, and stir up a dance of debate. We're talking about coal, specifically the massive coal industry in East Kalimantan, Indonesia here. And joining me today we have Firda, our resident energy geek. So Firda, how is it going?
Okay, Iqbal, and thank you for inviting me for your podcast. This is my great for my chance to sharing my story about how my experience doing the coal mining and my own business, right?
Oh,
So,
I see.
okay, do you have question for me? Like I know you are very curious about me, right?
Yeah, well, actually here in East Kalimantan is the biggest coal mining in Indonesia, right?
Yes.
Like our energy comes from coal, even our gas comes from coal. So, do you know like if we look above our ground, so before we get into the heavy machinery and the big dollars, so there's this thing, people just think that coal is a dirty black rocks. Is it true?
Well, actually, coal something like indeed a black box, but
Yeah, black
we call
rocks.
it by some black goals in our business to job.
A black gold, yeah, why?
black goals because this for like many need for like heat or something like fuel, or maybe like something in the crazy winters every year that people need a warm coal,
Yeah,
right?
so it's not just a black rocks, but this coal has a lot of benefit other than just being a dirty black rocks, huh? Okay, I see. Okay, so we know that a coal is not just a dirty black rock, so a coal has a lot of other benefits. But biologically speaking, do you know what coal is, Firda? Like, how did Kalimantan end up with a lot of this natural resource?
Okay, right. This is a very long history actually. Like, let's call it by an ancient sunlight is trapped in the rock.
Ancient sunlight, huh?
We're talking like many years ago. What I mean is a million years ago.
A million years ago.
Yeah.
That's a long time, huh?
Yeah, actually, coal need to purified by many million years through until they become from a solid rocks until become a solid coal.
Oh, so it comes from like the natural prehistoric dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's true.
So think of it like a Jurassic Park's vibes, huh? When dinosaur dies, they turn into coal, and then the coal we use them for energy things.
Yes, that's true, Iqbal. And they're created by some like massive ferns from the giant trees. They have already withered. Some call it
I
by
see.
Have you ever like some withered plant down from the solid? They in its time being buried by land in time and
They got crystallized, and then they got
Crystallized.
kept in the outer
Yes,
earth, huh?
that's true. Like, and then the oxygen is getting poor, and then once the plant didn't rot away completely,
They
right?
didn't completely rot away. I see.
This kind of this fill up into a thick layer, which means many layers in each year period, and many like some kind of like Paleozoic, Geophysium in the age, or maybe like in the winter age, like in the coal in mammoth era, like that so coal in million years need to make coal by a tectonic shift buried that pit under a layers from a layers, and then a sediment, and then the sand, and then the rocks.
So we have a lot of this layer that makes the coal from from the living things get maybe they get perished, or maybe because of the oxygen didn't have any back then, so they make coal an organic called peat, right?
Yes.
And then from this peat it got changed into coal right now, huh? Okay, so when does this coal get made? Is it because of the pressure and heat?
Just we call it by heat actually,
By heat,
not a pressure. But yeah, pressure have some contribution, but not much. But heat is the mostly the effect way, because when the Earth's core is like a crushing the pressure from the rocks in above, and then they squeeze the rocks until tiny detail and then form the particles, and then the water like from rain is there have some concentrate carbon. they call it.
Concentrate carbon.
Yeah.
I see.
And then the concentrate is called by like a coalification.
Coalification.
Yeah.
So that literally means turning something into coal, huh?
Yes, just from a sand rock and
Yeah.
then press them.
Coalification. Oh, I see. But it's not all the same, right? I hear people talk about different grades of coal. Do you know anything about it?
Yes, after we doing a research, we found that coal not just only a black color.
Mhm.
There is a few their own kind, but with a different. Just call. I have some example. It's called by lignite.
Lignite.
Yeah, it's some kind of coal, but not black. The color is brown.
Oh, it's brown.
Yes,
Like
unique,
the
isn't
dirt,
it?
huh? Yeah.
They're not black, but brown.
Oh.
But their species is kind of coal.
Oh, it's a species of coal, but it's not black.
Yes.
Oh,
they have
interesting.
a high moisture, but with a low energy they have different with the black swat.
Oh, so this is like the first generation of coal.
Yes.
Ah.
Like I don't know why, but I think we found a second species of this rock,
Uh-huh.
and we call it by subbituminous.
Subbituminous.
Yeah, it's some kind in people in Kaltim is called by premium stuff, because brown coal is a rare thing between the black.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a 10 black coal, then maybe there only one black coal between the 10.
Ah, so it's like a rare thing, huh?
Yeah, that's a rare thing. Many people trying to buy this coal just only for a decoration, not just for useful, but their own collection.
So it's for collection things, so that people can look at it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
I see. So after that, because of this coal, we have like other species like the lignite that you mentioned and the subbituminous. But of course, there will be like the thing that we call right now general black coal, right?
Yes.
And the general black coal is what we use right now as our energy resource here in East Kalimantan.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, mostly like black coal has many useful thing for useful like their own need. But the coal is owning by the government. They have. We do own business, but we must do sell for the government.
Oh, I see. So that was the expansion of coals, but we know that coal is down there, but how do we get it out? Like I'm assuming that it's not just people bringing shovel to the earth, right?
Yes, it's not like no way we are going to circle digging up the dirt and then trying to. It's coal between very far away from in the solid.
Yeah, it's like
I'm not a geography student, but
So am I.
I'm from a business, not from the doing. Like there's a few about 20 and 30 kilometers under the stone.
Oh, that's quite far down, huh?
We have some like we have some talk about the coal in the spot. They have spot trying to dig in. Can you like about they are called by overburden in the overburden, and then doing the topsoil like a drill. They have some quite a drill and like I don't know what song can.
I see.
Yeah, no way you try digging a shovel. Your shovel is trying damage first before you're trying to digging it.
That's true. That is unlogical. So we are literally not digging it, but it involves like blowing it, right?
Blowing.
How do we do that?
Oh, it's kind of extreme. Please do not try try this at home.
Of course. Please do not try this at home, okay?
It's a very dangerous. No, not. I'm not recommended it. This is only for a job. Once again, don't try play with a dynamite. Never try playing with a dynamite.
I mean, I don't think a dynamite is like freely sell in this here. No, I don't think so.
We have some like surveillance, like in the car, like it's hard to get it. Of course, it's from the government allowing us from doing the blasting. I call it.
Blasting, huh?
Yeah, it's called like we're doing explosive the shatter from the hard rocks, and then once the rock is broken up, and then the excavator is in. When the excavator doing this, they are digging the hole, rock, solid after destroying it, and then scoot up. We have some scoot up the rock and explodes in a meter down there, and then until we found a black hole like a
I see.
like that.
So yeah, after we do this blasting phase, of course we would have to load this coal that we got onto the giant trucks, right?
Yes. We call it by a hauling phase.
A hauling phase.
It's called by a heavy duty dump trucks that carry the coal after the excavator pick up the coal after they are digging it, and then they put it up, and then trying to put in the what should I call it? A truck. Just call it a truck.
Yeah, a big truck.
Yeah,
A
I'm not
really
sure-
big truck.
I'm not sure if people understand about the heavy duty.
Yeah.
Just call it a truck.
But of course, this heavy duty trucks doesn't go into the main road. Like they use the other road that is safe for other people, right?
No, we are not allowed doing
Going through civilized.
civilizing is we're not allowed to do that. We have some tour like many ways that have part like a toll. We are allowed it.
Yeah, a specific route.
Yeah, specific road with no civilization because when they have some kind of tracks about the coal is black, it can dirty the road.
That's true. So where does this trucks go?
From to the mining and then to from the factory.
The factory. I see.
Yeah, that's right.
So of course, before the factory, we also use some types of boat, right?
Yes, boat.
Here in Samarinda, from the Mahakam River, as we can see, we use boats to gather our coal, and then we transport it with a boat.
The boat is I think it's too small for boat. Yeah, we call it a ship, a coasting ship.
Oh yes, a ship. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
Not a boat. How are supposed to be doing a boat? Are we trying to catch a fish?
Well.
Are we trying to catch a fish?
Yeah, it's the boat.
We're not a fisherman. But in Kalimantan we say kapal tongkang like that.
Oh, kapal tongkang.
Yeah. You see that boat from your
Those
left
big
side?
giant ships. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see.
They bring some coal right there. Hi Michael.
I see.
Hi Michael. Yeah. They're trying to doing their job. And of course there we have some ways to the porter. But it's not easy to bring this many coal
Yeah, but-
in the riverside.
Yeah, as we can see, the giant back of the ship, it is being pulled by a little ship.
Yeah.
So yeah, how is that possible? How can that be?
Well, the fuel is from solar. And we're not talking about solar here, but let me guess, solar is an expensive thing.
Okay, so that is a very interesting way to get our coal mining resource, huh? Okay, so next video, let's talk about numbers. Just how much coal are we talking about here? From a scale in the Kalimantan production.
Well, we produce around 600 to 700, about 1,000,000 tons.
600 until 700 million tons.
And
That's a lot, huh?
about that is 2 a pack. That's a lot. And for a corn is around 40% to 50% of the
40%.
entire national output.
40% to 50%.
Yeah.
So coal is like our main resource, huh?
That's how impactful our Iceland is. Yeah, just you imagine about the 50% around the international war.
Yeah, it's just like you cut Indonesia in half, and that's where our coal is.
Yeah, that's only Kalimantan, not
That's
from other
only
province.
Kalimantan. Oh,
I don't know
see,
about
see.
other province, maybe Sumatra, Jakarta. I don't know, they have some kind of a coal mining, but as far I know, mostly in Kalimantan. But who knows, maybe in another Iceland they
It
have.
can be more, huh?
Yeah.
I see. That's a lot, huh? According to this 600 until 700 millions of tons, where all of this coal going? Is Indonesia just gonna burn it all?
No, there's a few countries that have mostly like both from us. They have contacted us from many years ago. Not many years, but around years ago. There is such a country that very happily mostly buy our coal.
Oh, so we export it to other countries.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's from China and India.
China and India.
China and India are mostly every year before the winter.
I mean, yeah, I guess logically speaking, China buying coal from other countries is logical because China is one of the most biggest country in the world with all of that people, so they need a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So it is a good way to make to produce something out of our coal.
Because China have a crisis during a winter. They call the extreme winter in every province in China, like Yunnan or maybe Xinjiang or like some call in North China.
Ah, yeah, that's true. In other countries, they have a winter phase.
Yeah.
Unlike us, Indonesian, we only have rainy season and dry season. But in other countries, they use our coal to produce heat so that they don't freeze in the winter. Ah.
Yeah, that's true. But you know that that's why in China coal are a little bit expensive for them, and it's very helpful for them to buy the coal it's for them to keep them warm and prevent them to freezing in the winter for 3 months.
Ah, so they have to buy from us regularly.
Yeah, actually it's around the October until I think October to November before the December.
Yes,
December is about winter,
For
right?
the winter start, yes,
Yes.
that's true.
Yeah, there's both hot a ton of coal.
I
Yeah,
see.
can you imagine how tax is?
So, for example, if Kaltim stop producing coal from tomorrow, half of the Asia would literally go dark, huh?
Yes, that's true. We're not talking about how the dark age comes, right?
We have to go back to the old age. We're using candles and stuff.
Oh my god, that was a nightmare. I don't want to repeat that cycle again. What do you believe in 8075? What year?
I see.
We live in 2026.
Going back to the medieval era.
Oh, please. I don't want burn like a witch.
Yeah, even I don't.
Just burn the witch. No, I wouldn't want to die.
Okay, so of course that mining is our most great resources here in Kalimantan. But of course, if we're talking about profit, there's also a catch in that profit, right?
Yeah.
Like for example, we are opening a pit mining without talking to the environmental footprint, where we dig holes as big as a city. Things could go wrong, right? So what is the reality behind of that?
It's a stop reality, Iqbal. The future impact is about the deforestation.
Yeah, deforestation. So before we even begin to mining, we have to deforestation, huh?
Yeah.
Ah,
Actually is a bad impact for our forest. I admit it.
yeah. So we remove our tropical forest
Yeah.
to just mine some coals.
It can lead to erosion.
Yeah, so it can also lead to a massive flooding because we don't have trees to maintain our water from the rain.
But actually, after we done mining, there is also a solution about the rehabilitation to wood.
Oh, so like rehabilitation, right?
Yeah, we call it like rehabilitation to forest or to rehabilitation to wood. Or maybe, Kalimantan is forest, not wood.
Yes, Kalimantan is take in their forest.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's only me trying to doing a solution, but I don't know other business about other business miner doing some kind of negotiation. There is some other people like after they done mining and done digging the coal, they suddenly just left that mining alone and
they
then
just
abandon it.
yeah, they just leave abruptly without doing anything.
Yeah,
huh?
they just abandon them like carelessly. And you know what the impact is? Like the water.
The water, huh?
So it's a toxic though.
It is the water quality has gone bad. What do you call it?
It's called acid mine drainage.
Acid mine drainage. Ah, I see.
Yeah,
I
the
see.
water is contained acid.
So it contains like a huge chemical waste that is bad for the environment.
Yeah, and even the fish cannot live in there. You know how bad that is? There is a case that there's a few kids playing in that lake, which means that lake is already abandoned mining from I don't know how many years have been like the water is.
Yeah, it contains the mine acid.
Maybe they like it's a playground to them and then touch the water. Yeah. And then the skin is kinda they have affected to their skin like I don't know kind of burn marks.
Burn marks because it contains chemical, huh?
Yeah, it's very dangerous out there.
Yeah, so even though this coal mining is a good thing for our country, but some of us like irresponsible humans who's supposed to after doing the deforestation or maybe something like that, we have to do our own way on how to protect our own environment. That is doing the rehabilitation, so that even though we do stuff to destroy the nature, but we also do stuff to protect the nature and make it even better. Huh?
Yeah, many people are trying to take the advantage from many changes, but they don't want trying to fix the problem.
Yeah, they just leave the responsibility to others.
Yeah, like oh, it's not none of my business anymore. I'll just leave them alone like that.
Yeah, that is called irresponsible.
I saw many irresponsible person in the mining business.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that you are different from them. Huh?
I have some empathy, you know. I
Yes,
still have.
yes.
After I'm done mining, I can dig down, trying to cover with the dirt and solid, and then I try to plant like a seed or maybe some other a mini plant, trying to negotiation there.
Trying to building again from the under.
Yeah, I know we cost a lot for our negotiation for the forest. It is very expensive though, but most important for the environment in the
Yeah,
forest.
even if it's so expensive, it is good for the environment. It is good for the
Yes.
earth.
I rather cost money than trying to impact negatively to other people.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that is kind of saddening, isn't it? Huh? It really shows that hidden cost behind the energy that we make. Okay, so now let's shift a bit from the energy mining thing. How do this company actually make money out of coal? Like, who sets the price?
In our country, in the government, they set the price in coal by harga batubara acuan.
Harga batubara acuan.
Yeah, it's set by Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources in Jakarta.
Oh, so they just don't pick like random numbers to put for the coal, right?
No, they can't. Even that, they must be doing it with careful.
So how do they pick this number?
They pick the number is by the formula they link to a global coal index.
There's a global coal index.
There is.
Oh.
Yes. Like a Newcastle index in the Indonesia is called by Argus Indonesia Index.
Argus Indonesia index.
Well, it's to reflect the global supply and then to the demand. Like example, like our customer usually from China and India. Once again, they have some global demand spikes, which means we cannot to decline their offer.
I see. So like you explained earlier that other countries need our coal,
Yeah,
right?
because you know India and China have separate winters every year. You know that.
Yeah, so I guess the global politics play a huge role in this, huh?
Yes, they have some role in this because if a country needs some help, then either we do one or we want, we must keeping their supply for them.
Yeah, so as for example, like in the past, the global prices went up because of Europe started because of the gas supplies were cut off.
Yeah.
So Europe starts buying coal from us. So like over $400 a ton. So
Yes.
that makes us
Yes.
like a few months being the most richest country in the world.
In the fact, we sure. But yeah, you know when our country situation is.
yeah.
You cannot
yes.
trust the government.
Yes. I know what you mean.
Yeah, especially Kaltim, we should be in the richest province in here, but where? I don't see we are rich here.
I don't think it's a good idea talking about that here.
Sorry.
So, yeah, because of that, but when China decided to own its own domestic coal production, the global price abruptly went down. That makes our coal price goes back to like $1, maybe $2 per ton.
Yeah, it's a big hit for us, maybe a negative impact for us.
Yeah,
in it.
so-
And we must doing our as we can do for how to change the situation is.
Yeah, but at least we have experience being a billionaire for even though for like a month or maybe so, right?
I wish I have a billionaire once.
Well, I don't think we are the one being the billionaire. I think the government is the billionaire.
You should say that.
Well, it's something to discuss, I guess. In another time, I guess. Okay, so that brings us to another question. So, as we all know, the world is changing, right?
Yes.
We are hearing a lot about the net zero targets or maybe solar energy, wind power energy, and electric vehicles. So, the world wants to leave coal behind, as we all know. So, what does this transition mean for the future of Samarinda and Kaltim as the world's biggest coal miner?
In my objective side, I think the global transition to renewable energy is inevitable
Yes, it is inevitable actually.
because the climate change is because they are forcing. I guess once again, I give example like from the China and India once again. I'm sorry, China and India, I call you too much.
That's fine, that's fine.
And they have invest heavily in solar and wind, and I think hydro is too.
Like using a water turbine.
Yes,
Oh.
they will eventually import less coal now.
Yeah, so coal is just like a secondary energy resource
Yeah,
because
because-
mining coal every year is a huge effort.
Yes.
So as for like now the climate is changing, we need to produce a new types of energy. So that is why in China or maybe in India, they heavily invested in what do you call solar, wind, and hydro, right?
Yeah, as you can see, the technology is getting improved by years now.
That's true. That's true.
Human can, they can improve their ability trying to adapt with a new thing, and that's why the situation has been changed for us, and that's how we are exactly.
Need to adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to
And
adapt.
can I be honest?
What?
This is a strength for Kaltim. You know, because once the pool is boom right in previously, but now we can do it a banquet a total.
Yeah. That's true.
Can you imagine like I don't know in English see, but people in here they call it by gulung tikar.
Ah, yeah, like going out of business.
Yeah, like how I think it's hard for us doing like something doing that matter. But I don't know. Should I be stay in my mining business or I'm trying to do change the subject of my business is. But I will try to keep it for my
Keep it
business.
for your business.
Yeah,
I see.
I tried it.
I mean, I guess it is true. If your biggest customers are planning to stop buying from your product in the next 20 to 30 years, so that is a scary economy built. That is scary for an economy built on that product. Like people just suddenly stop buying your product, you would lose more money every year without even getting profit out of it.
We need to diversify.
Diversify.
My answer is we need to diversify.
How so?
Yeah, you know the transition of this economy almost always, not always, mostly changes.
Mm.
Yeah, can you imagine about the toward by the ecotourism, sustainable agriculture, and even renewable energy is manufacturing now.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
either we don't really just use coal, so we also use other renewable energy like solar energy or maybe turbine energy, right?
Yes. And for the challenges, I think it's hard for other people trying to change their previous job to this recently job they're doing. Just imagine you once have a higher salary in your previous job.
Yeah, yes.
And then because doing a bankruptcy in your company, you try to change other company to find a new job. But your salary in your job now is
Lower.
lower than your
Ah,
previous.
yeah.
Can you imagine that they have dependent on one thing now?
Yeah, I don't think people would voluntarily go out of their high-paying job to another low-paying job. It's not worth it. But I guess because it is like our new steps on becoming a new renewable energy sources, so I guess it is a needed step so that we can adapt and overcome our energy resourceability.
Yeah, it's hard for people because they're already used to it now.
I see. Right, so I guess it is hard to release an old habit, huh? But wait, if burning is the only option for coal, so I've been hearing a lot about from Indonesian politics lately. They're talking about hilirisasi, or as they say in English, is downstreaming. So can you use coal without just throwing it into a furnace, without just burning it?
Yes, they can.
Oh,
It can be like they are saving grace during the transition. Well, mostly people know coal is just for fuel, but it isn't.
yes, actually, generally.
Yeah, they have some rich source of the carbon and hydrocarbon in it. Yeah, just like exporting raw rocks. The government is using for the coal gasification.
Coal gasification.
Yeah, they make it from, as we all know, there is many kind of gas. And they're trying to make a new kind, it's called more,
A new kind of gas from coal.
Yeah,
Ah.
it is like unique, right?
Yes. So this converts the solid coal into a synthetic gas.
Yes, that's it.
Ah,
But it's still on the experiment.
Experiment. So it's
They're
still
still doing that.
it's still on the process of doing it.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's still
Ah.
not published.
But it is a good idea to turn, so we just not use coal to burn it on the furnace, but we can use coal as a gas for other things.
Yeah.
It's a good idea actually.
Mostly people like using LPG, like,
Yes.
and we're trying to new method this way by using a coal.
Oh, so the coal we turn to gas will be in the LPG that we use, huh? So it
Yeah.
won't just be from our natural gas.
They call it by dimethyl ether.
The methyl ether.
Yeah, we call it this some kind project by dimethyl ether is to convert the solid coal into synthetic gas.
So instead of importing expensive cooking gas, Indonesia can make its own from Kaltim's coal?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, once again, I must told you this is still doing experiment, not in public.
I see.
But I hope we can make it coal from a gas. I do hope.
So, other than gas, what can coal turn into?
They can into like coal to chemicals.
Coal to chemicals.
Like some they can turn into methanol, fertilizer, or even like propylene to plastic.
Oh, you can turn it to fertilizer?
Yes.
Oh, no.
First time you hear that, guys?
Yes.
Even for me, I first time hear that. I thought it's fertilizer is from the chemical and acid or something, but I don't.
Usually coal destroys plants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it's coal is for the like. Does it have any correlation between them? I don't know.
But I guess there is.
Oh, I know. Because for this simpler technology, there is an upgrading for the low grade coal into like let me remember what. Oh, briquettes.
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 I see.
Yes, it's for the cleaner industrial use. Yeah, unique isn't it cool? It's not just for fuel.
I saw so. That makes a lot of sense actually. So as we all know, it's clear that coal is both a blessing and a curse for Ace Kalimantan here. It built our province because it is one of our most usable energy here in Kalimantan. But for the future, it requires a major shift in how they handle it. We have to adapt on all of this new resourceable source other than just coal. We can use like solar energy or maybe turbine or maybe the other things, so that we just don't have like one option on our solar energy.
Yeah, like our country now is there is a rare people in other country to buy our coal because technology is getting improved.
Because, I don't think coal is that popular right now, right?
No, they're getting less from about 3 until 5 years ago. And because of that, we are digging hole and shipping our rocks and trying to make a new technology and sustainability, and also we trying to make a smart transition now.
I see. That's true. Okay. So I guess that is all the time we have for today. Fascinating stuff, Firda. Thank you for coming to our podcast, and thank you for breaking down the complex world of Kaltim's black gold.
Okay, thank you Iqbal for inviting me here, and thank you for trying to listen my story about sharing how my struggling during all my business right
You
now.
can do it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, and thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to comment that do you think the future holds in Kalimantan? Is it going to be good or is it going to be bad? That is
Please.
all from us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wabarakatuh.